Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me today at Naturally Immune for Life. I hope you're all doing well. Let me adjust my volume here. Okay, new post this week. The missing probiotic your gut was designed for. And these are, again, about HMOs, human milk oligosaccharides. And I personally believe these supplements are going to be somewhat of a game changer. So I would like you to let me know if you have tried them and if you found them helpful. Um, Human milk is widely recognized as the first functional food encountered in human life due to its rich composition of nutrients and bioactive compounds. Among these, human milk oligosaccharides stand out as one of the most biological significant components. HMOs are complex carbohydrates that play a critical role in shaping early immune development, gut microbiota, and overall health outcomes. Their multifunctional properties explain many of the long-term protective effects associated with breastfeeding. HMOs are the third most abundant solid component in human milk. And by the way, this came from let me see, what year was it? Pretty new. 2023. Pediatrics and Neonatology. So let me get back to where I'm supposed to be. Okay. So HMOs are the third most abundant solid component in human milk, following lactose and lipids, with concentration typically ranging from 5 to 15 grams per liter in mature milk and even higher in colostrum. So this explains the immense benefit of colostrum, not bovine colostrum, but human colostrum. These molecules are structurally complex, composed of 5 primary monosaccharides: glucose, galactose, which we already know your immune system needs to see, and it's crucial for brain development, and acetylglucosamine, fucose, and sialic acid, which combine in numerous ways to create over 100 distinct HMO structures. This structural diversity allows HMOs to perform a wide range of biological functions, making them far more than simple carbohydrates. One of the defining features of HMOs is that they are not digested by the host. Instead, they pass through the upper gastrointestinal tract intact and reach the colon, where they serve as selective substrates for beneficial gut bacteria. This characteristic places HMOs in the category of prebiotics. By promoting the growth of specific microbial populations, particularly bifidobacterium species, HMOs help establish a first-stage healthy gut microbiome. In breastfed infants, these bacteria can make up as much as 50 to 90% of the gut microbiota, a dominance mostly attributed to the presence of HMOs. So we already know bifido is the primary colonizer of the infant gut. And replacing bifido later on is a little bit difficult to do. Beyond their prebiotic role, HMOs contribute to immune defense. They act as decoy receptors. Another thing is that we also know that bifido alone is not going to do much of anything without preferential prebiotics. So beyond their prebiotic role, HMOs contribute, and we already know this because bifido has been patented as a treatment for some gut conditions, and then that was later abandoned. Beyond their prebiotic role, HMOs contribute to immune defense. They act as decoy receptors, preventing pathogens from binding to intestinal cells, thereby reducing the risk of infections. Additionally, HMOs influence immune cell activity, modulate inflammatory responses, and support the maturation of the intestinal barrier. These combined effects help explain why breastfed infants have lower risks of gastrointestinal infections, allergies, and chronic diseases later in life. Another important aspect of HMOs is their systemic impact. Although only a small fraction, approximately 1%, is absorbed into circulation, this amount is sufficient to interact with immune cells throughout the body. This suggests that HMOs may influence not only gut health, but also broader immune and metabolic pathways. Emerging research also points to potential roles in cognitive development and neurological function. The composition of HMOs varies widely among individuals and is influenced by factors such as genetics, stage of lactation, and environmental conditions. HMOs are essential for establishing a balanced gut microbiota, strengthening the intestinal barrier, and guiding immune system development. Their ability to selectively nourish beneficial bacteria while inhibiting pathogens make them uniquely effective compared to other prebiotics. Applications to adults, the role of HMO supplementation. Although HMOs are naturally associated with infant nutrition, their biological functions are not limited to early life. The same mechanisms that benefit infants, modulation of the gut microbiome, immune regulation, and anti-inflammatory activity, are highly relevant to adult health as well. In adults, gut dysbiosis is increasingly linked to conditions such as metabolic disorders, autoimmune diseases, and chronic inflammation. HMO supplementation offers a targeted way to reshape the microbiome by selectively feeding beneficial bacteria, like bifido, which are often depleted in modern adult populations. Unlike genetic prebiotics, HMOs provide a more precise ecological signal potential, leading to more predictable and beneficial microbial shifts. HMOs help strengthen the intestinal barrier and reduce low-grade inflammation, which is a primary driver of many chronic diseases. Their ability to act as decoy receptors support immune resilience. Most importantly, HMOs represent a bridge between early life programming and adult health. By reintroducing these significant mammalian molecules into the adult diet, and remember these are identical synthetics, bioidentical synthetics, supplementation may help restore aspects of immune tolerance and microbial balance that were originally established during infancy, but later disrupted or never established at all. In this regard, HMO supplements are not simply another prebiotic, they are a biologically recognized tool with the potential to rebuild foundational aspects of gut and immune function, extending benefits of human milk far beyond infancy. And we already know these are being added to some infant formulas. I did not check which ones, but if it's in the US, this is a highly regulated food, so I am quite sure that they already know their significance, or they wouldn't be adding them if that's the case. I don't know. Again, I did not check which brands specifically had them or what countries they were being offered in. So, yeah, I have a typo there to fix. Okay, so bovine colostrum oligosaccharides, you might be wondering if bovine colostrum, which is a milk product, does have them. And they do, bovine colostrum does contain oligosaccharides and in higher amounts than regular cow's milk. Some of these are structurally similar to HMOs. They're built from similar sugar units like sialic acid and glucose, and they're capable of acting as prebiotics and immune modulators, which we already know both of those. Bovine colostrum alone can increase beneficial bacteria like bifido 52-fold, and other beneficial microbes. But the benefit of HMOs, it is structurally identical to for humans, is what that would be the benefit. There are differences. The diversity is much lower than in human milk. The specific structures are different, meaning they don't interact with the human gut microbiome in exactly the same way. Bovine oligosaccharides tend to be more sialated and less fucosilated than human HMOs. Bovine oligosaccharides can still support beneficial bacteria growth, help protect the gut lining, and provide anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial benefits. Both HMO supplements, and we know you don't need these to restore your gut health. But you do need bovine colostrum, and you do need whole fat mule milk, and you need probiotics, and you need kefir to help restore beneficial yeast. Both HMO supplements and bovine colostrum are beneficial for adult gut health, but HMOs tend to be more targeted, while bovine colostrum is more broad spectrum with immune factors, growth factors, peptides, and some oligosaccharides. In addition, bovine colostrum is a living immune product. It's a living, it's like a blood transfusion. It's a living product, and if it wasn't, they would not be selling it because farmers, ranchers depend on it. Other animal, is it husbandry? Animal, mammal, all mammal raising businesses absolutely depend on bovine colostrum as a universal donor for most mammals. So that's why it's living, and that's why that will never change. And we're lucky that that is so. Otherwise, it would just be another worthless supplement. Okay, so more info, and this began for me specifically and I'm sure it helped spur on much of this research from Clinical Translational Allergy 2016. And I did have the link in the last post. I did finally track down that full link, and the full paper is available. So, milk, a postnatal imprinting system, stabilizing FOXP3 expression, and regulatory T cell differentiation. Accumulating evidence underlines that milk is a complex signaling and epigenetic imprinting network. You could also use the word programming that promotes stable FOXP3 expression and long-lasting TREG differentiation, crucial postnatal events, preventing atopic and autoimmune diseases. And there you go. Prevention. So, as I said, I did track down that whole paper, and the link is in several places. Pretty sure I put it in the library. If not, I'll do that today. And then this particular post has the source, and it links to a PDF, and I put the PDF in the library already for you. So again, that is from Pediatrics and Neonatology 2023. So they are definitely pushing breastfeeding, and I'm sure this is going out to practitioners, and they are definitely desperately seeking infant formula that more closely resembles human milk. Whether this will be the ticket, I kind of doubt it, unless they can thoroughly research these over 200 HMOs now. They keep finding them, and then they have to learn what they do. That takes time, and as I said last time, whether this is about just narrowing it down to the most crucial, or whether it is about there are only so many they can synthetically reproduce. I do not know how complex these structures actually get, but one thing you can be assured, they are desperately looking for the answers to these questions and a solution to this huge worldwide health problem, especially now that it is being confirmed that it is also connected to metabolic diseases, especially diabetes, type 1 and type 2. So, okay, everyone, that's it for this week. And again, let me know in the comments if you have tried HMO supplements. I do have a link here on this page, and I would they are kind of expensive. I would definitely recommend going with the 5-in-1 rather than, and the only brand I've actually seen, one of the first brands is no longer being sold. At least I never see it anymore. So, but I would definitely go with the 5 HMOs in one. Why just choose one? Because you don't know what your actual problem is at that level. So choose 5, right? Makes sense. Okay, yeah, you don't know if you're, structurally, you have no idea of knowing that unless you've had all kinds of intensive biopsies and things like that. So again, 5 is better than 1. Go with 5 would be what I would choose. Okay, so thanks again, everyone. And again, thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you for your time. And let me know in the comments if you have tried these products and what you thought of them. Good or bad, doesn't matter to me. Okay, bye.